guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Phantom Friday. So today we are going to be talking about the dark hauntings at Chillingham Castle. What if I told you that this castle, located in Northumberland, England, has report of children screaming through walls, seeing strange flashes of blue, and feeling invisible hands touching people through the night? So Chillingham Castle is named one of the most haunted castles in Britain. And honestly, after doing the research, I can completely understand why. So tonight I'm going to be talking to you about the ghost of children, tortured prisoners, heartbreak, and the terrifying hauntings that still allegedly happen inside the castle to this day. So I hope you guys are comfy, because this one is seriously creepy. So Chillingham Castle dates back to the 12th century and originally began as a monastery before eventually becoming a heavily fortified castle. The castle sits extremely close to the Scottish border during the medieval wars between England and Scotland, so this area became incredibly violent. Armies passed through constantly. Raids were common and bloodshed became part of daily life. The castle itself was attacked multiple times over the centuries and eventually transformed into a military stronghold, huge defensive walls and battlements. But this is where things start to get a bit darker. Over the years, stories began spreading about the torture chambers hidden beneath the castle, prisoners being interrogated, and horrific suffering taking place inside its walls. Some legends even claim a torturer known as John Sage operated within the castle dungeons, where countless prisoners allegedly died. Historians do debate whether he was real, but the terrifying stories about him never disappear. And many paranormal investigators believe all of the pain somehow must have left something behind, because Chillingham Castle doesn't just have one ghost. People claim it has dozens. So our first spirit that I'm going to be talking about has inspired today's look. The Blue Boy, or the Radiant Boy. He's also known as the Radiant Boy. Now, his story is the most terrifying story out of all the spirits that we're going to talk about in today's episode. For years, guests staying inside the castle of the Pink Room claimed that they would wake up in the middle of the night from sounds of a child crying and screaming, and then they would see it. Witnesses describe a strange blue flash appearing above their beds, or a glowing blue figure hovering in the darkness. Now, some guests reportedly refused to stay in that room, but the truly terrifying part came later. So during renovations at the castle, workers allegedly discovered the remains of a young boy hidden in the thick concrete stone walls, and there was also blue fabric with him. So according to legend, the child may have been bricked up alive. Some reports claim that the boy's finger bones, when they were found, were allegedly worn down from him trying to scrape his way out of being buried in the walls. After the remains were properly buried, reports say that the screaming and crying became less frequent, but visitors still report seeing flashes of blue light in the Pink Room. Like, just imagine waking up in complete darkness and seeing a glowing child standing at your, like, above you in your bed. Like, nope, absolutely not. But not every haunting at Chillingham Castle is violent. Some are just really sad. So one of the castle's most famous spirit, other than the Blue Boy, is Lady Mary Berkeley, often called the Grey Lady. In the 17th century, Lady Mary's husband allegedly abandoned her after falling in love with her own sister. She was left heartbroken inside the castle walls. According to legend, she spends years wandering the halls waiting for him to return, but he never did. People claim she never truly left. Visitors say they've heard soft crying, rustling of silk dresses, and footsteps echoing through the grey apartment at night. Some even claim to have seen a pale woman silently drifting through the corridors. Honestly, ghost stories involving heartbreak always hit differently because there's something genuinely tragic about them. Now, we need to talk about the part of the castle that probably unsettles visitors the most, which is the torture chambers. Chillingham Castle became infamous for its underground dungeon display and torture devices connected to the brutal border wars between England and Scotland. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported sudden cold spots, the feeling of dread, shadow figures, whispers, screams, and even being touched by something invisible. Like, I'm all for a spooky place and everything, but as soon as there's like apparently being like touched by something that isn't there involved, I'm out. So whether you believe in ghosts or not, places with that much history and suffering naturally just feel heavy. Some ghost hunters have investigated the castle and described hearing voices in empty rooms or feeling like something was standing beside them in the complete darkness. Others say the castle has an overwhelming atmosphere that's hard to explain. So let's talk about the modding experiences and the ghost hunts. Today, Chillingham Castle fully embraces its paranormal reputation. It has appeared on shows like Most Haunted and the Ghost Hunters International, and even visitors can take part in overnight ghost hunts inside the castle itself. Like, that sounds like so much fun. But like I said earlier, if there's any touching involved without my consent from the ghosts, no, not happening. Like, some people visit the castle for like purely just for the history, but others arrive hoping to experience something paranormal for themselves. Online visitors continue sharing strange experiences. There's this apparent one Reddit user that describes seeing a sudden blue flash inside the pink room before even knowing about the story of the blue boy. Another visitor claims that they have heard voices and felt themselves being physically pushed during a ghost investigation inside the castle. No. Now, obviously, paranormal stories should always be taken with some skepticism. There's no defying that, Chillingham Castle hasn't, built one of the most strongest haunted reputations in the UK. I mean, like, it's creepy. So, do you think that Chillingham Castle is generally haunted? Or do you think it's just terrifying stories simply to create the perfect atmosphere for ghost stories? Either way, the legend of the Blue Boy, the Grey Lady, and the castle's dark past to continue to attack ghost hunters from all over the world, and they all have very similar, happenings to them and proof that it's happened to them. Honestly, I don't think I'll survive one night in the pink room. No. I quite enjoyed researching Chillingham Castle. However, I did need to watch a Disney movie afterwards, after doing all that research. If you guys have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to subscribe and let me know which haunted location I should do next. Like, which one should I cover next? Like, it doesn't have to be in the UK, it could be anywhere in the world. I've just been sticking to the UK because that's where I'm from. Also, let me know in the comments if you have visited Chillingham Castle before, because I haven't actually asked you guys in previous episodes of Phantom Friday if you guys have actually ever visited any of these places before, and if you have, then I would love to know your experiences. Also, do you think you are up to the challenge to staying in the pink room? Because I don't think I am. So be nice, be good, and be grateful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, my little bees.